toi, quoi que tu fuis, la lumière est là. L'amour, tu pries.
Hello.
What is your name?
I'm Edwin.
Edwin.
Yeah, from Holland.
You are from Holland, okay.
Yes, I am.
Here you are at the Bosnian pyramids.
Yeah, I'm here
Is this your first time, second time,
This
third
is
time?
my second time.
Second time. When
Yes,
you were
yes.
here first time?
Was last year.
Okay.
And I had some really problems with my ear. It was broke. The doctor could not really fix it, but prescribed me only a hearing aid. So I went down.
Before that, could you hear at all?
I very fainted.
What they say, 10%, 5, 20?
Yeah, I don't know
A little.
exactly. They checked it, they
Yes.
measured it. I don't know exactly, but it was not much.
Okay,
I only used my right ear for hearing.
okay.
So
And they said it could not be repaired.
maybe with surgeries, but I didn't want to do that. And they only could prescribe me a hearing aid.
Okay.
So I went down to the tunnels every day, like 7 days, almost 2 hours a day, in the morning and in the evening. And the last day, my ear popped open again, and I could hear again for like until now. It still works, yes.
Completely, you can hear completely.
I can. It's probably not 100% because I have chronic hearing problems, like infections from maybe 6-year-old. So it's already damaged. But yes, it's working very good now. Yeah, I can hear. I don't need to use hearing aids anymore when I have gatherings or yeah.
So you think it is because of the tunnels, energies of the
I'm
pyramids?
sure of the tunnels. Yes, because the energy in there is, you can feel it. It's just like, I don't know. It's just resetting your body. It's if I go in there. Some places, every place has its own energy, and some places I feel different parts of my body just, I don't know how, if the attention goes to there, and I feel like energy in my knees and in my ears and kinds of things, yeah. So,
Recommendation to other people?
go there, I go every year, yes.
Thank you very much.
Let's start.
Hello, Sam. May I call you Sam?
Yes.
So thank you so much to receive us. There was something I wanted to talk about. I was very surprised and humanly happy that you see the urgency to call to testimony of a man that felt the therapy of the tunnel on him. And I believe that now, in the time that we live, that we have a difficulty with the modern medicine on a certain level, especially, let's say, in France, but we saw it after the COVID. And would you have some other testimony of bigger illness?
First of all, welcome to Bosnia. I'm very glad that you're here. This has become the cultural oasis with the global importance. Now, what you are referring is the healing aspect of the pyramid energy.
Yes.
With our discovery, we have really changed the narrative about the pyramids. They've been telling us for the longest time that pyramids were built as tombs for the pharaohs, for kings, and they belong to the past. Instead, we've been proving that pyramids are here with the pyramid energies that affect almost every aspect of our life. Communication, health, water, food, immunity, spirituality, atmosphere. Now, you've been referring to the healing aspect. what is the sickness? The sickness is disbalance. And disbalance happens for different reasons. For example, if we have electromagnetism which is not compatible with us, we have disbalance. For example, technology that we have, mobile phones, computers, laptops, TVs, microwaves. So all these technical devices cause disbalance in our body, we become sick. If they poison our water with the chlorine, fluoride, traces of heavy metals, plastic, we drink it for years, we become sick. If they poison our food, from beautiful, natural, organic food, today we have GMO trash, pesticides, herbicides, they all cause imbalance. The way we live, the way we think, it all affects the balance of our body. So, shortly, people become sick, much more than before. We do not live in harmony with our mother planet, with the nature. We become sick. Until 150 years ago, before the pharmaceutical mafia, people had some traditional ways on how to heal, because people were thinking about the healing. Instead, pharmaceutical industry is thinking how to hide the consequences and not to heal the cause. What's causing our health trouble? They simply hide the consequences and they prolong our sickness. Because for the pharmaceutical industry, we are not good if we are healthy or if we are dead. We are good only if we are sick all our life. So this is a different approach than people had before. They wanted to find the cause of the illness and they wanted to heal it so it does not come back. Now, what do we have in the tunnels and in the pyramids? You did hear the healing testimonial from the gentleman from Netherlands who had the problem with his ears. He had physical problem, which usually requires surgery. You know, the pills cannot help. But in his case, going to the tunnels would happen, the regeneration. How is it possible that visiting an underground facility we can have regeneration process? What we do here in Bosnia, we are in the world of science. We measure using scientific instruments. In the tunnels we have the combination of 10 different energy properties. The first 5 is the absence of all harmful radiations. For example, right now, you and I, we are on the surface of the planet. We are exposed to the cosmic radiations coming from above. Some of those radiations are bad, harmful for us. It attacks our body. Our body cells fight those enemies. In the tunnels, 20 meters below the ground, no harmful cosmic radiations. Secondly, sometimes we walk the streets and we are not even aware that natural radioactivity is coming from the underground, attacking our body. And our body cells are fighting the enemies from above and from below. In the tunnels, we use Geiger-Miller counters. These are scientific instruments. There are no natural radioactivity. Number 3, underground water flows. If we have our bed above underground water, we're going to get sick in 1, 2, or 3 years. Why? Because it's a negative energy for us. It's attacking our energy field. It becomes weak and then we get sick. In the tunnels, we have a lot of underground water flows, but they all have been neutralized. Then, in the tunnels, we have more geopathogenic radiations. For example, we have Hartmann's grids, Hartmann energy lines under the ground where they intersect. Hartmann intersections, bad for us. If we sleep above Hartmann intersection, we don't sleep well, we wake up in the morning. So, in other words, we get tired, we get sick. Then we have Curry's intersections, we have Schneider's intersections. It's all under the ground. They don't teach us about those energy phenomena under the ground in schools, but they do exist, and they do affect our health. In the tunnels, all these harmful radiations, geopathogenic radiations, have been neutralized. How? They have strategically laid out those big blocks, they are ceramic blocks, and they neutralize those radiations. That was number 3. Number 4, mobile phones, which just rang. Of course, right now we are exposed to that bad electromagnetism, whether it is 3G, 4G, 5G, tomorrow 6G. These are very bad frequencies. If we keep the mobile phone on our ear talking for 15 minutes, 150,000 brain cells will get burned. That's how bad they are. And imagine today, if we keep that phone near our ears for 5 or 10 times, 1 million brain cells will be gone. Of course, we do have 5 billion brain cells, but million after million after million, we soon notice that we process information slower and that we are not getting any more intelligent. On the contrary, in the tunnels there are no signal for the mobile phones. In the tunnels there are no signal for the Wi-Fi, internet. So no harmful radiations. For the first time, when you enter the tunnels in your life, body cells don't have enemies, and they can start doing their job. What is their job? To fix the problems in the body, to start the regeneration process, to start the detoxification process. These are first 5. The other 5 are also measurable energy properties. Number 6, frequency of 28 kilohertz electromagnetism. This is the frequency of our planet. Our planet is our mother. Whatever comes from your mother is good for you. It's just that in the tunnels, this frequency is amplified. Same frequency, but much stronger. Number 7, 28 kilohertz ultrasound. Ultrasound is something that we cannot hear. We hear sound. Everything above 20 kilohertz is ultrasound. This is the frequency known in science as the levitation frequency. People feel light in the tunnels. Number 8, ELF, extremely low frequency of 7.83 Hertz. In science, it is known as the original Schumann resonance. 125 years ago, the genius mind of Nikola Tesla knew that our planet resonates. He thought it was about 8 Hertz. 50 years back, Austrian von Schumann measured it, it's 7.83. This is the natural resonance of our planet. When we got born at 7.83. When we think, if somebody is still doing that, we think at 7.83. We create brain waves at this frequency. If our planet is If our planet is 7.83, we are in the balance.
Yes.
However, due to our technology, computers, laptops, tablets, mobile phones, microwaves, TVs, satellite dishes, American Project HARP, it's so much bad frequency, so much bad technology, especially in the cities. They become so contaminated with bad technology that it affects original Schumann resonance. For example, using very delicate and sensitive instruments, we measured in the city of Sarajevo 12 Hertz, Munich 15 Hertz, New York 18 Hertz. So now imagine, we are still at 7.83, you go to the big city, New York or Washington or LA or Paris or London, you go to 18 Hertz. There is a disbalance which creates stress. And stress becomes the leading cause of our illnesses. It causes your high blood pressure and sugar and respiratory and heart, and you are gone. So, in the tunnels, it's 7.83 Hertz. So it is like you are going back home. Number 9, orgone energy or life energy. For the longest time, people knew that there is some energy flowing around us and even within us, but they didn't know how it can be measured. Well, Reif, 90 years ago, he invented the instrument to measure the orgone or life energy. In Eastern traditions, it is called prana or chi. It works on the scale from 0% to 100%. For example, our cities, 20% life energy. Villages out at open, 50%. Tunnels, Bosnian pyramids, 100%. And finally, number 10, negative ions. The students of physiology learn at the Faculty of Medicine about the benefits of negative ions. What are the negative ions? There are some extra electrons in atoms or molecules of oxygen. So they are free in the air, negatively charged. What they need is something positively charged. Imagine man and a woman. Or at least it was like that in my time. Today it's all fixed up. Binary, non-binary. So negative, positive, they attract each other, connect, become heavy, and drop to the floor. So more negative ions, more cleanup of the atmosphere from the dust. Otherwise we would breathe in that dust. More negative ions, less smoke, less pollen, less microbes. What are the microbes? They are teaching us microbes are viruses, bacteria, fungi. So negative ions clean the atmosphere from all the microbes. In our homes, very low concentration of negative ions, 20, 30, 50 negative ions per cubic centimeter. You go to the downtown cities, 150, a little bit fresher. You go to the mountain, in the forest, 1,000. 7 times higher concentrations and 7 times healthier. Of course it is healthier in the mountain, on the forest, than in the city. But in the Rami tunnels, Bosnian pyramid tunnels, during the summertime, is between 20 and 60,000. During the winter time, over 100,000. So far we thought that the highest concentration is the Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls between America and Canada. Big falls, a lot of refreshments. About 100,000. I cannot measure that one. I did measure once in Great Zimbabwe. It's interesting archaeological location with the conical towers made from granite. Granite has a lot of quartz crystal. And the storm was just starting, and I measured 100,000. Other than that, what I do measure in Germany, in Vietnam, in Jordan, in Egypt, in Swaziland, America, 1,000 to 2,000 in the forests, on the mountains, or near the rivers. 1,000, 2,000. February 2024, Bosnian pyramid tunnels, 340,000 negative ions per cubic centimeter. This is the highest recorded concentration ever on the face of the planet. So now look. First 5 energy phenomena, no harmful radiations, no enemies. The other 5, only the good energies. You put those 10 elements together, the Bosnian pyramid tunnels become the safest and the healthiest place on the planet. People who have high blood pressure, for example, 180 over 120, they go to the tunnels, they come back, 120 over 80. Shh, normal. People with a high sugar, high glucose in the blood, they have 10.5 before tunnels, almost diabetes. They go to the tunnels, 45 minutes, they come back, 5.5, normal level. We've seen people with the diabetes, 20, 22, 25. After a couple of times, it would drop to normal level. There is no therapy, no pills made by the pharmaceutical lobby that can drop, that can reduce your sugar in the blood for so much in such short period of time without the side effects. Tunnels? Yes. Why? Because it seems that one of the purposes of the tunnels and in general pyramid energy was to bring us back to the balance. What is the sickness out of balance? What is the tumor? What is the cancer out of the balance? So the regeneration process starts. Does it happen to everyone? No. What we have noticed is those who are more positive to themselves, who are open-minded, who have already changed their life by eating healthy food, watching out what to drink. So they don't drink, trash like sodas, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Schweppes, alcohol, stuff like that. Organic food, but not any food. I mean, if you eat other animal, how can you get your energy renewal with a dead body from other animals, stuff like that. If we are positive in our life, but if we talk bad about other people, it's all, negative vibrations that bring sickness to your body. So we need to watch out what we think, what we talk about the other people, and where we spend our time. If we spend it, in front of that magic boxes, like during the Corona time, you need to watch, how many tested, how many in hospitals, how many died, We fill up ourselves with the bad news. That's not the point. The point is to be in the nature. Live with the nature and with the other people. So, what we have noticed does not help everyone, but we have seen every year hundreds of testimonials. You heard one, and for you it really gave a special impression. Now imagine, every year I hear many of them, from people who can't see, almost blind, or they have prescriptions, 5 or 6, with such thick glasses, they go once in the tunnel, all of a sudden they don't need glasses, to people who almost died with the cancers, and after 1 month coming to tunnels twice a day, now they are still alive and they are full of energy. So I've seen it all. So all I can say is that we are in presence of ancient technology, and we've been experiencing just partially this technology, either through healing or water molecular structure improvement. Water in the tunnels is structured, high vibrating water, unlike energetically dead water that we drink every day from our kitchens or bottled water. The same goes for the food and everything else. So, when you put in the wider context that one particular case that you saw, then you realize that the ancient technology, the pyramids, they are much more than what they are saying tombs. Tombs have nothing to do with the real purpose of pyramids.
Thank you so much. I wanted to ask you, because I was very interested by the way you discovered this beton, and you give it to some laboratory, and they say it's really beton, and because there is organic stuff you find, you could date this beton, and with such proof, scientific proof, how can it be that the big scientific of the world don't approve your work? Because we cannot deny that now this structure is like 30,000 years old, and how you explain? Of course, it's corruption and whatever, like in the medical part. But do you have some high scientific that are with you?
Okay, let me make comments. The concrete in Bosnia, 1 meter below the soil, in the case of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, we've been discovering rectangular and square blocks. We've been analyzing them at 7 institutes for materials, Politecnico di Torino in Turin, Italy, then Geopolymer Institute in France, Professor Joseph Davidovits, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Bosnia. They all told us it was an artificially made concrete. Some people call it synthetic concrete, some people call it geopolymer concrete. When it comes to concretes, you can determine the quality of concrete based on 2 elements. The first one is hardness. Harder the concrete, it's more durable and better quality. Today's concretes are from 10 to 60 megapascals. 60, the best quality, made in US, made in Germany. But after we have analyzed 100 samples from the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, the hardness go from 74 to 155. 155 is the hardness that we cannot make with our technology in 21st century. The matter of fact, the best quality that we have ever made was when the Burj Khalifa, which is the high skyscraper in Dubai, was built 18 years ago. It was 115, 115. Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, 155. The second element for the quality is the water absorption. If water can get inside the concrete during the winter, it freezes, and the ice has a tendency to expand, and then the concrete breaks. That's why we try to keep this absorption very low, up to 3%. These are our norms in 21st century, up to 3%. Concrete from the Bosnian pyramids, only 1% superior. So, that was the second thing you mentioned, the concrete. The third thing you mentioned was the acceptance of this project globally. From the day one when I came with the hypothesis at that time, 2005, and my first book, I was claiming that we have pyramids in Bosnia. At that time I could see visually 2 pyramids, or 2 pyramid-shaped hills. The Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, which I named, and the Pyramid of the Moon, just across. I could see triangular faces, even though they were covered by forest, by soil, by vegetation. Because we've been programmed to think that pyramids are Egypt, pharaohs' tombs. Let's forget that. Egypt has a different climate. It's sunny, no rain, no greenery. You can see those structures. Peru, also dry. You can see pyramids. But in China, 250 pyramids will be to the north with a lot of rain. All the pyramids are covered by the vegetation. Indonesia, they're in the jungles. Cambodia, Kocher Pyramid, covered by trees. Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Belize. 97% of the pyramids today, they are deep in the jungle, covered by forest. This is what I know. This is what people don't think. They think pyramids, you need to see them. Bosnian pyramids, when I saw them, covered by forest, which was planted back in 1960s and 1970s. So for me, what was very obvious was geometry, shape of 4-sided pyramid. with the 4 triangular faces, with the 4 corners, with the perfect orientation. This is how I started. So at that time, 2005, 6, when I was just starting, people were talking, they are saying it's impossible to have pyramids in Bosnia. Why is it impossible? Pyramids can be anywhere. And pyramids are indeed almost everywhere. People don't know. People are programmed. When they don't know, the first reaction when the news comes, people either laugh at you, people attack you, don't believe, you produce many arguments, they become very silent, and eventually everybody recognized. So this is the project, this is the process that we're going to be going through. In order to do that, what you need to do, me as a project leader and principal investigator, I need to come up with the scientific proofs using scientific methodology, applying not only classical sciences, archaeology, Egyptology, geology, paleontology, biology, also high-tech sciences, satellite scanning, georadar, geothermal, LiDAR, then different methods of dating. We've done 28 radiocarbon dating, 12 luminescence analysis, 7 uranium-thorium analysis. There is no such archaeological project in the world like this one. The Great Pyramid of Egypt, or Cheops, or Khufu, has only 4 radiocarbon dating. That's it. Göbekli Tepe, the major mainstream sites in Turkey, only 4. We have 28, and we'll be doing some more. So, besides dating, we also have what other people don't have. Archaeologists, Egyptologists in Peru, in Mexico, in Guatemala, in Egypt, China. We have interdisciplinary scientific approach. We have experts in energy phenomena, physicists, quantum physicists, nuclear physicists. We have engineers, electrical engineers, sound engineers, telecommunication engineers. We have medical doctors. These are all people with the scientific instruments. We measure. If something is measurable, you can scientifically prove. So this is what we have been doing. And plus, to all this, we have spiritual scientists, people who are sensitive, who can sense the energies. It includes dowsers. Dowsers, they look for the underground waters. Why is that important? It's extremely important. Water, of course, you have rivers that are visible, but you have underground water flows. You have underground, reservoirs of water. In our case, under the Sun Pyramid, under the Moon Pyramid, under the Dragon Pyramid. Why? So pyramid energy can affect this water. It becomes high vibrating water. It becomes structured water. So once you have all these different sciences, then you can start getting your answers. But if you are like Egyptian colleagues, Egyptologists or archaeologists who jealously guard your project, like Egyptian pyramids, in 200 years, they will never find the answers. Who built those pyramids? When? How? And most importantly, why? Unlike them, in 20 years, we have done more than Egyptology in 200 years. We know more about the pyramids than all the Egyptologists, if you put them all together, and all the archaeologists from the world. Why? Because they are too limited. Because nobody has been teaching them in schools about the purpose of pyramids. They've been telling them fairy tales, pharaohs, thousands of slaves. What slaves? Slaves had the knowledge, astronomical, calendar, construction, engineering method. Of course they did not. It was advanced civilizations. Unless you open yourself, you'll never figure out the purpose of pyramids. Unlike them, this is what we've been doing here. That's why we know more. And if you show them that you know more, it will just raise the level of their jealousy. So, obstructions will be there. We don't care about that. And you did ask me about the acceptance. Once you apply your scientific methodology, the next logical step is to start organizing your scientific conferences. We have had 8 such conferences. Some of them are mainstream scientists from Egypt, from France, from different countries. Some of them are independent researchers, leading independent researchers like Dr. J.J. Hertag, Professor Korotko from University of St. Petersburg, Valery Uvarov from Russia, Michael Tellinger, and many others. And with them, that gives you scientific legitimacy. And what is the final step? The final step is publishing your original research articles in international scientific journals. And this is what I've been doing just in the last year. I've published 33 scientific articles in the journals from United States, United Kingdom, Germany, and India. So, what we have here, we have fulfilled all requested elements for one project to be recognized. And your question was also, why is it still not recognized if you have all these proofs? Well, this is huge discovery. When you have such a big discoveries, there are very big obstacles. Lot of things have to be changed. In our case, not less than all history books have to be changed. So why is that problem? It is not a problem for me. If we have to change it, we have scientific backing, let's change it. Well, the history is a little bit sensitive. Those who control history, control present. And who's that? Is it small non-profit foundation? Is it small people? No. It is the elites. Elites control the history. Not even the countries. Elites. Who are elites? Elites are the group of monsters who elegantly call themselves elites. And we know their names. What are their names? Rothschild Frankfurt, Rothschild Paris, Rothschild London, Rothschild Napoli, Rothschild Barcelona. Then we have Rockefellers, JP Morgan, DuPont. So, original 13 families who started Fed in the US in 1913. President Wilson signed the law where he gave opportunity to 13 families to start the Central Bank of the United States of America. It's still alive today, Fed. Fed is deciding about everything in their country. 13 families, private business deciding about the biggest economy in the world. They print the money, not the American government. They loan that money to the American government, thousands of billions of dollars. They got interests from the American people and the American government. They decide about how much money is going to be printed. More money, bigger inflation. Less money, less projects. They decide about the interest. Bigger the interest, less projects, bigger unemployment. They decide about the exchange rates. Higher exchange rates, dollar is stronger, less export, bigger import. So they decide about world economy, private families. So why they are so interested in history? Well, they've been saying that we are just few thousand years old as a civilization. So we are infants, we are little babies. And babies need leaderships. They need mothers and fathers. They need corporate leadership, they need political leadership, they need religious leadership, they need banking leadership. So they justify their role as the elites. So, you see how Bosnia, little country like Bosnia, and this discovery, which is not a little, but it's globally important, which changes everything. So what would happen if people accept Bosnian pyramids? We go back for 3,000 years. So it's not this civilizational cycle, which started 12,000 years. It's not the previous one, which ended 18,500 years ago. But it is 3 cycluses back. In the last 100,000 years, we had 5 cycluses like that. And people start asking questions. Okay, what was in the previous cycle? Who are those people? How technologically developed they were? What was their spiritual life? Who did they believe in? Did they have gods like we do? Did they have their own Bible? What were their laws? What law of one means? Did Atlantis really exist? How about Lemuria? Were they more spiritual than material? So once you start asking those questions, then you go to the real truth of spirituality. And once you realize that we are, number one, spiritual beings, we are soul, and soul has its own intelligence. We as physical beings, we have our intelligence also. But once we die, our physical body is gone. Bones and blood and nerves and muscles. Physical body is gone. Our brain is gone, so our intelligence and memory is gone. Our nerve system is gone. Our emotions are gone. With the body gone, our bioenergetical field, auric field, is gone. So all our entity, which is very complex, is gone. But what remains? Remains soul. And soul has its own intelligence. Soul has its own spiritual senses. Soul has the ability to move through space and time. Soul does not have limits, and that's the definition of freedom. So once we realize that we are free, and that we are almost forever, it's not just one lifespan of 50 or 100 years, but we are talking billions of years. Then we realize there is no need for fear in our life. And imagine if we had knowledge from previous civilizations, knowledge about them as number one souls, spiritual progress, everything would change. People would not think about elites no more because they would not fear political system and governments and police and armies and inspection. They would not fear. They would become free. And then we would be able, using the fact that now we have free people, to build free society. You see, this is the biggest danger for the elites. Freedom and spirituality. But in this definition, not spirituality like they teach us in school, spirituality is religion. I respect religions, it's all fine. But it's something else. Faith. Faith is something else. True spirituality. Well, the pyramid energies, they develop our spiritual senses so we can sense the world beyond the physical realm. So, you see how it's all connected. And I would say that elites, especially English elites, very early realized the danger for them of this discovery. And who owns Wikipedia, for example? People's Encyclopedia, yes, the first few years. Later on, becoming very prominent, it's completely controlled. 85% of information in Wikipedia is public knowledge. What's the capital of France? That's Wikipedia. But 15%, astronomy, NASA, history, the real physics, fully controlled. And it's there to control and manipulate with us. So the bars and pyramids, in that sense, will never be recognized as long as we have this elite system like we have today, no matter how many scientific arguments. So I realized that. So what do? You see how many people are coming here, you see how busy it's here. People who feel the calling, they're going to come here. Some of them they know that, some of them they don't know. But they keep coming more and more every year. I'll probably never have millions of people, like Egypt, 15.5 million last year. We probably never had $20 billion from the touristic industry. And I don't care about that. People who are supposed to come, they will come. People who are supposed to recognize this, they will do that.
Thank you so much. These families that you're talking about and the way they control us, it's also, I believe, the reflection of the misery of our spiritual tools. It's because we get lost that we let them control us. So, from what you say, what I hear is this pyramid is a spiritual tool, very sacred, one maybe of the most ancient in the world, as we know. And in the time that we are living, that we need to find new answer in a way to stop these people that control the population, like you say. This pyramid is really an answer on many levels. Through a certain truth that is scientifically proves that you can cure and you can also possibly communicate. This is a tool to communicate also. Can you explain that?
Yes.
That?
Okay. Again, you have a few questions. This place is one of the places around the planet who will help to raise the global consciousness. What is that? Well, we are not part of any ideology. Like today you have two ideologies. One is leftist fascism, led by people like Soros and other organizations. The other one is rightist fascism. We are not part of that. It's not about the ideology. It's about the people becoming conscious about everything, about their life, about their body, about their soul, about their purpose, about the answer who they are. That's consciousness. And once they realize that, then they are going to change their attitude towards other people, their families, their business, nature, animals. It comes logically. You know, when I was much younger, when I wrote my first book, I lived in the era of the Cold War. NATO Pact and Warsaw Pact, Soviet Union, America. And during those years, you could see so many things that they were wrong. You know, I would be traveling east and west. You go to beautiful countries like Hungary, Budapest, or Czechoslovakia, the Golden Praha, the Prague. But you see those people, they are so unhappy because of the rule, no freedom. You go to the Western world, you see there is, all the time rush for the money and the material stuff. Also empty, not happy. And so I said, wow, we need to change the world. Something is wrong here. So I wrote the book. And I thought, once I write the book, now I'm going to make this significant change in the world. Nobody listened. Who cares about another book? And then as I was getting older, I realized, really, I just need to do one thing, and one thing only, to change myself, and truly change myself. And once you start changing yourself, this is how you are going to influence other people, with your personal example. Of course, today we have many gurus when they talk, you need to do this, you need to do that, they give you spiritual advices. It's all fine. Let's say in my field, ancient civilizations, I've been looking at all these people, reading their books, from 70s, from 90s, from 2000s. They will go to the stage, they talk about the friendship and independence and the freedom and the love. People like Graham Hancock, Robert Schoch, John Anthony West, Andrew Collins, David Hatcher, this and that, so many people. And once I started dealing with Bosnian pyramids a little bit before, I started going to the conferences, so I got a chance to meet all of them, literally. All the leading guys, I know them. Many of them being here. And once you start talking to them, then you realize that they are not the picture I had in my head from their books and their conferences. They are not who, really they wanted to present themselves. You realize some of them, they have inflated ego. It's all about them. It's all how much money they're going to make from the book sales or whatever. So you realize that it's not, it's not such an idealistic picture that you thought about it. There are some real good people. Eric von Däniken, for example, he's I think 85 now, 84, 5. He's excellent researcher and good personality. Michael Cremo, good personality, author of Forbidden Archaeology. This is the old guard. Among the new one, Professor Korotkov, good guy. Valery Orov, good guy. Michael Tellinger, good. So, you can relate to them. You see that they are normal people. Some others. But that's fine. This is their choice. They simply need to go through this phase. So what I realized, of course you need to stay normal. You need to vibrate. But some things, you cannot hide. You cannot present yourself, I am the smartest, I am the most beautiful, and I am the, most modest man. I am the humble. It doesn't go one with each other. But the way you act, the way you think, people recognize. They look at you at your eyes and they recognize. Our bodies, we are not only the consciousness level, we are subconscious level, we are the energies. Energies communicate. And then you cannot hide yourself. But anyway, the point was, you change yourself, you start affecting other people around you, they change themselves. And then, in our lives, we have some big challenges, like Corona project, 2020, 2022. It's easy in your life if you have one good choice and one bad choice. You pick up good choice. But how about you have two bad choices? Which one to choose? For example, during the Corona, we were told, getting the vaccine, everything will be resolved. You don't get vaccine, these are the consequences. You lose your job, lose the money to pay your bills, you lose your house, you cannot go out, you cannot go to the shopping malls, you cannot travel, you cannot fly the airplanes. In Israel, they did not let unvaccinated people going to the beach. They have beautiful beaches around Tel Aviv and Haifa. These are the consequences. You don't want that, you don't want to listen to us, this is the consequence. Or, you get the vaccine, you can do it all. You can travel, you can go to the shopping malls, you can go to the gym, you can go and buy your cakes in whatever. But you don't know what you're getting into your body. So, every choice has the consequences. It's up to us what choice we're going to choose. And every day we are at test. Right now, you and I are at the test. How I approach you, what I'm telling, this is a test. Everything is test. Sometimes smaller tests, sometimes bigger tests. But what I learned is to keep my back straight, to live the life in a dignified way. So 5 years from now, or 20 years from now, I cannot complain to the choices that I made. Now, during Corona time, since I mentioned it, many people thought that they were helpless. They were thinking, what can I do against the system? What can I do against the government, against the media, against the, police, against inspections? What can we do? Well, of course we can. You and I, we have our personal candles inside. If we ignite those candles, then we bring light into this corner. Imagine 50 of us we have our candles, we bring light to the whole room. 50,000 of us, we light the whole city. 5 billion of us, we bring the light to the world. And the forces of darkness needs to go away. This is the power of one individual example. So, if we think that we cannot do anything, that we are helpless, if we make ourselves helpless, this is our choice, and vice versa. If we know that we're going to change the world, we can do that. And now, it's good that I finished my thought. Hello?
Hey, Doctor. Evo,
Let's see.
Elvira je ovdje sa grupom na tunelu, pa...
Okay, dolazim. 12:15. The group is waiting for
You have to
me.
go, okay. You think it will be possible to maybe shoot inside the tunnel and maybe have a little discussion inside the tunnel?
Yes, it would be possible.
I would love to play a song or
Good.
whatever inside the
Let's
tunnel.
play a song inside the tunnel.
It's amazing.
Okay,
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Which one has?
Okay. Very nice. There is a place quiet in me, a space free of need. On this planet, the sun, and I will find it around. Even if I have to fake it, getting closer to the center, getting closer. Myself of sound. I feed myself of sound. 'Cause I've been sent to plant house for rent, dress for success, ego to know, time to progress in the ground where I will disgrace them faith. Reverse the old into the gold, reverse the flesh into the soul, remote the feeling of quiet in us, a space free of nudity. On this planet, sound, and we will find it around, even if we have to fake it. Getting closer to the center, getting closer. We feed ourselves of sound. We feed ourselves of sound.
Bravo!
Thank you.
This place is ideal for your music.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah. When I see the lyrics and I saw about you and I say one day I dream, so you make my dream come true. To come to.
You could record an album here.
Oh la la! Wow!
Good live.
I want to.
Sound good.
Oh yes, I would love to. I would love to organize an album.
You have 2 songs already.
Huh?
Do 5-6 more songs and you have album.
I would love to come back and record an album here. If
Do
it's possible.
5 more songs and you have the album already. You have 2. You
Yeah.
started recording your album and you're not even aware of that.
Uh-huh.
He understands what I'm saying. Keep singing. Keep singing.
Okay. You mean now?
No.
I mean now.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep singing. Keep singing. Without me, but keep singing. How many songs for the album? 6, 8, or 10? Do you know 10 songs? You
Okay.
have 10 songs? Do you have 10 songs?
Yeah, but also a lot in French.
Wow.
Excellent.
Wow, why
English and French.
English
Any
and-
other language? Hebrew?
Hebrew, some part.
Include that.
Okay.
Make an album.
not?
Thank you so
You're
much.
awesome.
Make an
You're
album.
awesome,
Thank you so
Sam.
much.
Bring next year and then on stick. So we can share with other people.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
It's
Well,
nice
I want.
because here you have excellent light.
Yes.
You have good light. You have good energy of the place.
Yeah.
And the sound is perfect.
Thank you.
You don't need mic, you don't need sound speakers, nothing.
Yeah. The acoustics.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
True.
You will love it.
Okay.
I'll see you.
Hello, Desmond.
Bonjour,
Bonjour.
Laurie.
Yeah.
My name is Desmond, and I have met your brother, Jeremy. So my situation is I have what I call an alien, and the doctors call it a cancer tumor, which is in my colon, and it's about the size of a large mango, or it was the size of a large mango. So I have been coming to the Valley of the Pyramids for 4 times in 1 year. And the first time I arrived here, my energies went up 400%, and haven't dropped, though I live in London, which is a big, high toxic city. And what has been happening that the alien hasn't spread, and the doctors can't understand why it hasn't spread. And if I believed them, I should have been dead 2.5 years ago. So I eat a lot of natural products, alkaline and so on, keep away from acids and sugars of any description. And the alien is busy shrinking. So perhaps this information you can look at, but certainly there's a lot of incredible good stuff on the market. Spirulina is one, and there's a great product from Japan. It's called BioBran, B-I-O, Bran, B-R-A-N, and that there's truly started using that in the last 2 months. So that's truly a great product for overall cancers, which I know there's something like 600, and it's well worth looking into. And you've got nothing to lose except the aliens, the cancer. Anyway, I look forward to meeting you, and a great place to meet you is in Bosnia at the Valley of the Pyramids. So, not bon voyage, but see you later. Ciao.